Now, welcome to the design session in which we will be covered career like design, interior design, fashion and graphic design, architecture and animations. So, a big round of applause, all mentor. We welcome the expert panel and invite on a stage eminent panelist Jay Ranjit. તાળીઓ વગાડીને એનું વેલકમ કરો. નેત્રા છેડા ઓસવાલ, યશિલ નાગડા, દર્શન મારુ, પ્રાચી કુથિયાનંદુ. Chairperson of design session, Jay Ranjit. Jay Ranjit is an artist and educator with a career spanning 8 verticals including art, event design, education, photography and storytelling. He is currently the Associate Director, Student Experience and Faculty, first year studies at ISDI School of Design and Innovation at Atlas Skill Technical University, with a BA in Philosophy and Political Science with Economic and Advertising. Jay engaged with the liberal art on an ongoing basis and leads the imaging course in the undergraduate program. He has an art practice that spans 70 years and over a 25 solo and group exhibition across India, USA and Cyprus. A big round of applause. Jay Ranjit, stage is yours.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is quite a fun situation to be in. Something that's very special to all of us because when I was your age, I did not have this. They didn't tell us what our possibilities could be. They didn't tell us where we could be going with our lives. We were just told, figure it out, which I'm sure all of you all have also been trying to do. But I'm here to introduce you to a conversation on design. So the way we're going to do this is I will give you a general overview of what the field is like, some ways of preparing for it, and what you can do down the order of things. And then we'll have our lovely speakers over here also talk to you about their specific fields so you can get a clear understanding of what awaits you, right? I'll introduce our lovely speakers first, and then I will get on with my conversation. Don't worry, it's not going to take a long time. We've prepared very, very well for this. First up, we have Netra Cheda Oswal. She is an interior designer and educator with work experience of over 15 years. She has designed and executed 50 plus residential and commercial projects. She's a former associate professor at Rachna Sansad School of Interior Design. She's also trained over 500 students in the past 10 years to clear the interior design entrance exams. She's also winner design subject in the final year for the government diploma awarded by the Honorable President of IIID. She's also got a government diploma in interior design and decoration and a post-diploma in interior design and decoration. So a big round of applause for Netra, sorry. Next up we have Yashil Nagda. Yashil is a textile design graduate from the NID Institute in Ahmedabad. He is a freelance designer and is also currently teaching at Silica Institute as an associate faculty for design and fashion entrance exam preparation. And alongside that, he is also a pranic healer and is also pursuing a PG diploma in naturopathy and yoga. Yashil. Following this, we have architect Darshan Maru. He is the director in architecture at Country Garden Holdings Private Limited. He's a partner at Anand Darshan Architect Engineers and Consultants. He has experience of over 10 years in the field of architecture and real estate, and he has successfully completed several residential and commercial projects across India. And finally, we have Ms. Prachi Kuthiyanandu. She is a seasoned professional with over 16 years of experience in media, entertainment, and education sectors, with a background enriched by her tenure at esteemed animation institutions like MACC and Reliance Entertainment. She has served as a trusted career advisor and mentor, and presently she holds the position of regional manager at Cosmos Creative Academy, a division of Cosmos Maya India Private Limited, a premier animation studio of India. With that, we'll dive into a conversation on design. Like I said, I'm here to give you the general overview. This is for you to get a sense of what design is, what are the different spaces in design, what are the institutions that you can apply to, and how to prepare for them, right? So what are the careers, what are the different opportunities? So the first thing is a conversation on design and why you should do it, right? The beginning part of this whole conversation is what is design, right? How many of y'all, by show of hands, know what design is? Also, sorry, somebody's phone is here. Ma'am, I think your phone is here. We see words on here, but how many of y'all knew about design as a field? Just show of hands. Okay, that's definitely better than my age, right, when I was in school, because none of us knew that design was a thing. But over the years, we came to discover what it was. It basically was a philosophy, a process, a way of doing things by thinking and doing, right? Solving problems. It was about creativity. So how many of y'all have artistic intent? Y'all like painting, you like drawing, right? But you would also like to use those skills in a positive manner to have some kind of impact on society. You'd like to use it in a way that shares information, that solves somebody's deepest problems, right? This is where design comes in. Art and design are similar, but not the same. You do art for yourself, you do design for everyone else. That's what all of us are here for, right? This whole conversation is about serving society. That's what a designer does. You look at the problem, you say, how can I solve this and make everyone else's life better, right? It's also about fun people. You've seen what I'm wearing today, right? Is this what a generally boring person would wear? Clearly not, because you have to have the confidence to walk around looking like a plant, right? It's about having fun, it's about bringing in empathy, it's about playing, it's a way of life. You learn to collaborate, you learn to play with people, and that's how we solve problems. Do you remember being a little baby and playing with someone else and suddenly realizing something like, oh, I can fit this together, I can do that, I can cut it this way, I can stick it that way, and just opening your mind up to ideas, right? That's what design is. So if that interests you, if you have an interest in creative problem solving, expression, and putting something into the world that tells a story, then design is definitely a space for you. Now, what are the different areas of design that you can consider? You have, beginning at the top of this circle, I'll just go in a circle, this is in no like order of hierarchy or anything, communication design, right? Often considered the mother of all design because it contains pretty much everything within it in some way, shape or form, it links in with everything. It's no longer just graphic design, because graphic design is a specialization now within communication design. But if you want to be a viable person in the design industry, you have to use your graphic design skills and then do something more with it. You have to be able to communicate information, right? How did you all know to come here? A flyer was sent to you, right? A graphic designer designed that. But they also had to communicate the information correctly so that you could read it well, understand all the parts of it, and know exactly what you were going to be seeing, right? We then have interior design. Interior design is about spaces, not necessarily just interior spaces, but built environments. So if you have a home with a backyard or a garden, then why shouldn't you consider that garden a space for you as well? Why can't we design it in such a way that a person can really enjoy it? Do yoga mats have to always be inside the house? Or can we put it outside in the sun, on grass, surrounded by trees and plants that give you a really calming sensation, right? So it's about playing with space, making it functional, making it aesthetically pleasing, and proving a point to yourself that I can enjoy the space. We also have product design. So all the things we use, right? This mic I'm talking to, the camera that's filming us, the lights that are in here, the tables that we're considering working with and how they can be multifunctional, right? These are all products. Our glasses, they're products. The watches we're wearing, the belts we're wearing, how they clip together, that's all product design, right? You have animation and VFX. How many of us have grown up watching cartoons? Every hand goes up, right? Why does animation work? Because it brings our fantasies and our stories to life in a way that everyone can absorb it. It's a way that it eliminates the differences of human beings and brings everyone together through the story that we're telling. It also takes you to places you could never go in reality. Fantasy worlds, dragons, Avatar, The Last Airbender, people moving things with their mind, the X-Men, all of these things, right? Comic books come to life suddenly. You have the entire Disney world. Princesses, princes, weird talking parrots like Iago in Aladdin, right? You have Zazu in The Lion King. You have Mufasa, a lion, talking. That's all storytelling. It's all about bringing it to life. And in the world of VFX, just consider every Marvel movie you've seen, every DC movie you've seen. Think of the television shows you watch. In terms of VFX, all of those things that you think of, right? The things that don't make sense, that you don't think could happen in reality, an explosion the size of a nuclear explosion, are we really going to drop a bomb on a piece of land just for a film? Does that make any sense to do in reality? No. Because it would basically kill the world, which is not what we want to do. We want to grow the world. We want to tell better stories. We want to make life much nicer. So, okay, we'll put our computers on. We'll learn how to create an explosion on the computer and not blow anything up. Better for the environment, more fun for us, greater story told, right? We have fashion design, because we all are wearing clothes. We're all wearing clothes right now, and each one of the things that we're wearing is different. It's an expression of who we are. It's how we tell our stories to people. So you get to do that by working with fabrics, with materials, bringing clothing into the new generation, into the new world, without losing any of the traditions. Why should we lose those old school values when we can make them more modern, right? But there's also a separate space called fashion communication and styling. So maybe I love fashion, but I don't want to actually sit down and design the clothes. Instead, I'd like to put together an ensemble. Again, refer this, right? I'm wearing my brown shoes and my brown belt. I'm wearing a silver watch because my buckle is also silver. I've got jewelry on that matches the color tone. The gray is a nice neutral that goes with the browns. And all of this matches with that because it's a nice contrast. This is styling. You have to think about the entire picture and put it all together. So if that's what you like, there's a whole avenue waiting for you. If you like editorial photography, you like designing fashion magazines, writing articles, doing trend forecasting, telling people what they should be wearing and how they should be putting it together, that's an entire job. It's been around for a while, but we're talking about it now because you see it on an everyday basis, right? We have strategic design and management. So those of you who like creative problem solving, but also enjoy the entire management side of life, the commerce side of life, there's a space here for you. SDM puts you in the middle of design and management. So you understand what the client needs, you figure out what the solution should be, and you tell the design team what they should be doing by when and how, so that their lives are easier and they can give you quality output. So if you like to do that problem solving, being that person in between, then SDM is a great space for you. And of course, entertainment design. So here we're talking about television, we're talking about film, we're talking about plays, we're talking about performances, dance, music videos, all of those kinds of things. So you can actually tell a lot of stories in that space. Now, the one thing I've not put up here is architecture. But we are going to be talking about that. The reason I've not put it here is because architecture and interior design are not the same thing. And I want to make you all get a clear vision from our speakers to understand what the differences are and why you should be thinking more carefully about what you're choosing. That's not to say you can't actually do both. Because you could do your undergrad in architecture and then do a postgrad in interior design. It makes you a complete package. So the options are open. Like one of our speakers was saying earlier, you can do a combination of things. When I was going to Jai Hind for my 11th and 12th, I wanted to be an Air Force pilot. So I took science and I was like, I'm going to do this. And then I realized maths and Hindi are not my friends. But in the process, I discovered art. And I realized, okay, I need to do a degree as well. So I did my BA in philosophy and political science with economics and advertising. And like they said, the career is more important. So how do you build up to that career? What are the choices you make? That's what this conversation is about, to help you figure out what step 1, 2, and 3 should be in that space. So how do you decide? Very simple process. Skill mapping, joy mapping, interest mapping, and growth mapping. What can I do and what do I need to do? These are the skills we look at. What makes me happy? Right? What am I going to enjoy doing? What would I like to do and what would I like to do? So is it that I like to do problem solving? So accordingly, what course should I take that will allow me to do problem solving? Right? And finally, growth mapping. How do I see myself evolving or changing? Because it's not necessary that you have to stick with only one job your entire life. You can change career path somewhere down the road, but you should be prepared for it. So if you do think somewhere down the road you'd like to change your skills and things that you want to do, you should plan for that. You should think about that. Now, where can you go and study? Big question, right? How do I prepare for all of these things? What do I do? So there are lots of different institutions that we have in this country. They're all premier institutions. There was a time where people would run away from India to get a degree. Today, you do not have to do that. With the NEP coming into play, a lot more universities are becoming autonomous, a lot more colleges are becoming autonomous, and they're being granted the right to give a degree. So you can go to a diploma school if you would like to, but there are a lot more degree granting institutions now. It's a 4-year degree for design usually, and you should be able to now execute your journey the way you want it. How do I prepare? Practice, practice, practice. This goes for all your courses, all your focuses. Read, watch, and visit. Go to places, read things, see things. Sketch everything you see. Anywhere you are in the world, you should have a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen with you. You see something, you sketch it. It doesn't have to be good, it doesn't have to be pretty, but keep doing it. The more you do it, the better you get. Observe everything. Notice the little details everywhere, but see the bigger picture also. Right? Talk to designers, talk to artists, talk to creators, and leave your ego at the door. If you think you're the best at something, you're not going to learn anything. So leave that outside. Go in saying, what can I learn today? Then start journaling. Put your ideas into a book. Write things down, whatever dreams you have, put them down. Whatever you see and get inspired by, make a note of it. Start working with softwares. If you really want to get ready for a design school, a design college, an architectural college, start working with the softwares you might be using down the road. These could be things like Photoshop, Illustrator. Affinity has some amazing offerings right now in terms of photo and designer. So these are great things to prepare with down the road. If you like 3D, then start getting into Blender. Blender is free. And there are tutorials on the internet that you can learn with. I'm self-teaching myself Blender at this stage. So anyone can do it. If I can learn it, anyone can. The most important thing are the last 2 lines there. Make mistakes and try again. Don't just make the mistake and then make the mistake again. Make a new mistake. Okay? And most importantly, have fun. Enjoy yourself. If you're not having fun, you're not learning. It's as simple as that. Now, AI is going to be a conversation that comes in. A lot of people are afraid that AI is going to take my job away. I'm not going to be able to have a life. Oh no, that's not true at all. AI is a tool just like anything else. It's there to make your life better no matter what job you have. So if you want to be an accountant, fantastic. There are AIs that will help you actually crunch the numbers. You want to be a designer, fantastic. We've got a whole bunch of AI that will help you do a lot of different things, right? If any of you don't know about Adobe Firefly, it's absolutely brilliant because let's say I'm walking down the road in a video and she's my director and she's like, he should be wearing a tie in that video. She can just tell the AI, add a tie. And then it'll give her options. She can choose the tie that looks the best. And then it will put the tie into every frame of the video for her. She doesn't have to do anything. but she has to tell the AI exactly what kind of tie she wants so that it gives the right option. So these are the opportunities you have. You have analytics manager, data analytics, project management, machine learning, ML research, AI prompter. It's a skill to be able to ask the right question or to give the right instruction. So those are things you can definitely do, especially if you enjoy writing. Now, there are lots of careers. I'm not going to talk about this in detail because, I mean, I'll be getting them to share this PPT with you all, so you all have it with you and you can actually go through it in detail later. I'd rather have our speakers speak a lot more in detail. But just to give you a couple of ideas of some new spaces that we're looking at, in terms of interior design, you've got urban design and planning, which is really important as we go into the future. User experience specialists to help make event spaces or functional spaces better. In terms of communication design, human-centric design specialists, because obviously we went through a pandemic and we had to learn things online and offline and do things. So the phygital experience becomes really important. This is a physical and digital combined, right? You also have, in terms of product design, looking at medical innovation, futurists, people who look forward into the future. In terms of fashion design, you have costume designers, material specialists, fashion researchers. So again, you don't have to be into making garments or clothes to enjoy doing fashion. There's lots of opportunities there for you. In terms of fashion communication and styling, if you like luxury brands, how many of us here like a Louis Vuitton or a Gucci or something? Yeah. If you don't, you can start aspiring towards it because you could be a strategy consultant, you could be a luxury brand manager. All of these opportunities are there, right? For SDM, you could be a design strategist, you could be a product lifecycle manager, you can be a brand strategist, a startup consultant. In terms of animation and VFX, and of course, we'll have more of a conversation on that, you have a lot of different avenues you want to go in. And yes, we have sound design, sound supervisor and things there, but that doesn't mean that those are the immediate positions. Those are things you can grow into and explore. Yeah? Finally, find your playground, enjoy playing, and share the joy. Yeah? Talk to people, have fun, and communicate. With that, we'll start off with our first speaker, Netra, if you can come and take the stage.
Hi, good morning to each and everyone here. So, Jay sir spoke so well about design. There are a lot of things which you need to absorb and utilize in your years to come. Okay, so I am here to speak about the field of interior design. So we'll first see what design is. We saw in a lot of detail what Jay sir told us right now. What is design? You should have fun with it. If you are if you have the passion for it, you can go into any field of design. Can you change the slide? Do I have this? I can change the slide? Green button. Okay. Okay, so we'll first see in brief what is design. So design is actually a process of imagining. Okay, so first you need to visualize what you're going to create, and then you're going to plan for it, okay? So I'll give you a small example here is if you're looking at something like a piece of furniture, okay, which you need to create for your client or for yourself, what you first need to do is you need to imagine it, you need to visualize it, for what purpose you're going to do it. And then the planning comes into consideration. You will be thinking about what materials will go into it, what services you will require to build that particular furniture, and then you will going to create that piece of furniture, okay? Or a piece of jewelry like Sir said, or a piece of clothing, or anything related to design, or even a service for that matter. This is basically a process for any kind of design you're looking at. Then we talk about what is interior design in today's age, okay? So interior design basically is about how you experience a particular space. Okay, so when you are into a particular space, sometimes you will feel that, wow, this space is so amazing. It gives you some kind of a wow effect. And sometimes when you enter a particular place, you will feel that it's very crowded, very gloomy, the lighting is not done properly. So that is your personal experience to that particular environment or the space. And basically, in today's day, like Jaisa said, that it is a very essential part of our lives. Any kind of design, okay, is a very essential part of our life. It affects how we live, how we work, how we play, and even how we heal. Okay, so a lot of hospitals and a lot of nursing homes now, you must be aware that, 15 years or 20 years down the line, how the hospitals and the nursing homes looked. And now when you enter those spaces, you don't feel that kind of a vibe that you're coming into a hospital or a nursing home. There's a much more relaxed atmosphere in those places as well. Then basically, how are you going to create that good design? So design is very, very simple. We all feel that, it's going to be so complicated. How will I imagine? How will I visualize things? Then how will I plan about all those things? It seems so complicated and stuff like that. But it's actually not, okay? It's only your creativity and the functionality or the practicality which needs to make that process or that particular thing or an object workable. Okay, that's going to give you a good design. So it's not complicated at all. You just need to understand the basic nicks and hows what's going to go into that entire process. And it's going to be a very, very, I would not say easy, but it could be a fun process if you like the particular field. Okay. Why is the... Okay. So, what would you require to be a good interior designer? So we'll see basically the skill set which you need to have or which you can develop in the course of doing the process of interior design or learning the skills. We can always learn these skills. So the first thing is the spatial awareness, okay? So like we spoke about what design was, is how you experience that particular space around you. So the first thing is you need to understand what these four walls or the enclosure is and how would you want it to be according to the requirements which you have. So that is going to be the first thing. Second is you have to be artistic, okay? Anything related to design, you have to have a good knowledge of how you're going to present those things, how you're going to represent those things, or how the graphical representation would be of that particular thing. You will be a very good visualizer, but then putting it down on the paper also is very, very important. Suppose if, somebody is my client, okay, and I am a very good visualizer, or I can imagine things on a very good level, but then how will I make the person in front of me understand what am I thinking and what is going to happen in their house or their rooms or their offices? What is the entire scenario going to look after it's built, okay? Nobody is going to just blindly trust you and give their houses or offices or the spaces to design if you don't show them the actual picture of how the end product is going to look. So it's very, very important for you to show the person in front of you that how your stuff is going to look at the end of the day. Then analytical, you have to be very, very judgmental in, if you get a project, how you're going to budget that stuff, okay? How you're going to manage the time, how you're going to complete the project in time. So you have to analyze a lot of details when it comes to becoming a good interior designer. People-oriented, I think in any of these fields nowadays, you have to be very, very people-oriented because everything is a teamwork right now. Like you see the event which is organized right now, you have so many people who are working so hard behind this one-day event. So imagine that if you're building one house, how many people are going to come together and build that entire house? It's not a one-man show. So you'll be having vendors, you'll be having service people who are going to work for you, you will be having your contractors who are going to execute that work for you, you'll have some specialists come in to see what the sound system is like, the automation and all those things. So you have a bunch of people who are going to come together and execute that one simple, I would say even a studio apartment of 500 square feet. There are going to be at least 15, 20 people who are going to work together to actually bring out the out product how you have imagined and how the client wants it to be. So it's going to be like you have to work as a team to achieve an end result. Then we talk about the problem solving, okay? So in design, everything is going to be rotating around these two simple words like problem solving. There is going to be a problem in a very, very simple thing like, the nal nahi chal raha hai, ya pani nahi aa raha hai, or the lights are not up to the mark. I'm not getting the proper output of where I want the lights to be. So a lot of issues are going to be which you need to resolve on site. And during even the process of planning, you'll have to be very, very intricate in understanding what the problems could be. You should be actually foreseeing these things also so that you don't have problems at the end of the day. So you have to be actually a very good problem solver, and each and every project which you get, they're going to come with a different bunch of problems. So this thing is not going to be that ek side pe seekh liya, to wo ho gaya, I'm going to be a master in interior design. Nahin. Every project, every site is going to be very, very different from each other, and there'll be a learning process throughout. Like very rightly mentioned by Jay sir that अगर तुमने ये बोला कि मुझे सब आ गया, that is the end of your career. So we are still learning at this stage also. We are still learners and we are learning still. Then good communication skills, I think, is important for each and every individual sitting in this room right now, because you have to put forward your point of how you imagine the space, because you're going to be a specialist, okay? And your client is going to be a layman. So how are you going to convince that person that nahi, ye acha nahi lagega and this is going to be right for your house? So you have to convince that person sometime that, whatever choice you've made is, whatever this material is going to be looking better, or it's going to be a better option for the design which we have selected. Otherwise, what is going to happen is, at the end of the day, if you put their choice, the blame will still be on you. That you are a designer, you had to foresee this, that, this thing would have been better applied. So that is what you need to understand beforehand, that you have to be a very, very good communication skills. You have to be very good at these soft skills, so that you don't make so many mistakes. Now we have learned by doing all these mistakes, and you all are getting really, really, so many things beforehand, that ye karo to aage problem nahi hoga and all those things. So please be very attentive, and at least ye sab tum log screenshots le le, or the PPT is going to be with you. So keep on seeing these things. So everything you'll not be able to absorb right away in these 1 hour or 2 hours time. But keep on, you have to keep on revisiting these sites to understand and absorb one point at a time. And I always say that all these things are very, very secondary. The most important factor to succeed in any kind of career or field which you choose is, it's not about the skill, it's about the will. Okay? So even if you have zero skills from this, but you to decide today that I want to become a successful designer in any field, it's going to happen only with your will, okay? And your passion to do that. No, I am ready to do that hard work. I am ready to work these days in and out. Now, why will you choose a career in interior design? Can you see this Mumbai skyline in 2006 and the difference in 2020? 2024 or 23, if I would have added, I would have few more buildings here in this area. Only this patch of, 5 meters, if you can see. So you understand your scope of as a designer or an architect or any field of design. Just see that in how many houses have come up, how many buildings are actually coming up only in this much of patch of Mumbai. So you know what the scope of interior design today is, or it's going to be in next 5 years or 10 years when you are going to be in the field. So with that, we have evolving lifestyle and fast-paced urbanization. Like every other day, we want a new product in our house. Okay? Within a few years, you will feel that my bed is looking so outdated. I need to change it. I need to change the headboard. I need to change the curtains. I need to modify my upholstery. So with the fast-paced urbanization and the lifestyle which is evolving at such a fast pace, you have to yourself imagine what is the scope of design today. And with the booming property sizes, okay? So like if I have somebody who is a 70, 80-year-old now today, and the houses which we have right now, look at the living room sizes which we have, look at the houses which we have. We have a full 1 BHK apartment in 400 and 500 square feet. जो पहले सिर्फ living room हुआ करता था. So now the designer's role is that to make all those things which are possible in that particular space to fit into these cramped places, okay? with having that proper circulation spaces where you don't bump into the furniture, you have all the requirements stored in, plus achieving that look. So the role of interior designers is like endless today. Then you can see the global interior design market. That's the top right-hand side first image. You can see that spike going up. So in 2027, by the time you are into the field or you are actually studying or out in the field, that's what the market is going to reach in the USD. And below we have the Indian market. So it's going to be a 8.3% growth in the next 20 years or 10 years down the line. And even the jobs which you see, we have an increase by 13% the next decade. Okay, I would want to make a pointer here that once you're completing an interior design degree or diploma or master's, whatever, once you jump into the field, it's not going to be that you're going to earn in lakhs or crores, okay? The salary packages are going to be somewhere around 12 to 15 lakhs per annum. And then that's only a practice, okay? You have to learn from what you are doing when you're at the jobs. And then later on, when you're into the field, you can earn endless. Now the qualifications to become an interior designer. So we have to start with a 10+2 in any stream. Then you have an option of doing a 2-year or a 3-year government diploma in interior design. We nowadays have a lot of colleges offering degree. This was not there 5 years, 7 years down the line. We had very limited colleges giving you degree in interior design or BDes or BWalk or BSc in interior design. Very few colleges were there. But now we have a lot of colleges which I have mentioned in my slides in the next few slides. So that is one option which you can do. Then we have MSc or MDes in interior design. You can do your master's in interior design as well. And then after that, if you still have the time or if you still want to explore more and you want to open up your own business and stuff like that, you can also dive into the MBA in interior design. Now these are the colleges which are pan-India, very, very famous. So we have all of you can just take a screenshot of this. Whoever is looking into getting into the colleges of interior design. So we have the NID Ahmedabad, we have the AID New Delhi, we have the CEPT University, we have the Pearl Academy, we have Shristi School of Interior Design, Art and Design and Technology, we have Rachna Sansad, we have Amity, we have Symbiosis in Pune. So these are the top colleges in India, which I have mentioned the course years, I have mentioned the packages which you have to, the fee structure I have mentioned here. So you can just take the screenshot of this. Then we come down to the colleges in Mumbai, okay? These are the few colleges listed which have the government diplomas and even the degrees in interior design in Mumbai. So we have Rachna Sansad, we have Sir J.J. School of Art, Nirmala Niketan, Rahejas, Thakur College, Aditya College, ISD, NIFD, Raffles, SNDT, Amity, Pearl Academy, INSD, and ITM. There would be few more colleges offering you private diplomas as well, but these are few of the top universities or top colleges in Mumbai. Now, how do you get into these colleges? So first you need to fill the application form going online. If you're looking at any university or college which is outside Mumbai, you just need to fill an application form, register for your entrance exam. Then once you give the entrance exam, there will be a portfolio submission and a personal interview, okay? And then on the merit list, if you're selected, there'll be a counseling session, and post that you will be given a seat for then which you need to pay up and then take in your admission. These are the entrance exams which you need to prepare for. For the various colleges is the NID, CEPT, SEED, UID, aptitude test, IIAD, Pearl Academy, and a lot of colleges in Mumbai have their personal entrance exam test. So you'll have to go to each and every college, take their forms, see their syllabus, what they have for the aptitude test, and then you can apply for, they have the individual test which you need to go to the institute and give the test personally in Mumbai. So I'm just ending in another 2 minutes. So this is, almost the last slide, I think. These are the job roles which you can look at after becoming an interior designer. So the first 2, 3 are very common, which you all know that you can become a residential designer. You can design spaces inside the house. Commercial designer, exhibition designer, lighting designer. You can just specialize in, how the lighting of the particular area can be. You must have seen that right now, the Mumbai Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, the BMC, and how these monuments are lit up from outside. So that is all a job of a lighting designer. Then you can open up your kitchen studio, becoming a very specialist designer in only kitchens. Then you can become a furniture designer, interior stylist. You can work with the film industry, becoming a production or a set designer, visual merchandisers, these beautiful windows which you see in the malls. Okay, they also are done by the designers, and landscape designer. So these are the fields you can look at when you complete your interior designing college. So that's it. I complete my PPT here. Any questions if you have, we can meet the professionals. Thank you.
Good morning. Okay, I will give you 5 seconds to yawn and to doze off. Who all want to yawn? Do it. You have 5 seconds until that PPT comes up. Hi, my name is Yashil, and I'm going to be speaking about graphic design and fashion design in specific. Sir and ma'am here spoke about design in general. Even for the parents, hello, good morning. When I was studying design and I wanted to take up design, people would ask, "Tu koyo kahiye to?" I'm design le prepare kahiye to. To chonda acha fashion design. Kapda banana hai to ke. Na, exactly muka nahi khabar. Then they would be like, "Acha to ke chitra dorna hai, acha drawing karna hai." I'm like, design is much more than that, even though drawing is one part of it. What is design? It's been covered. Design is everywhere around us. It is problem solving. It's the products we use, the books we read, the furnitures, the apps we use, and even the clothes we wear. Fields of design pretty much covered by our other faculties. So I'm going to be a little quicker because I don't want to take up more of your time. Quickly, what do graphic designers do? They use colors, shapes, images, text to create visual content. All the OTT shows that you see, all your Instagram, Facebook, Snapchats that you use, all of it has graphic design involved. We will be sending, the institute will be sending you the PPTs, so you need not worry about missing out on information. Yeah, that would be appreciated. You can keep your mobiles in and have your attention here. Okay, so graphic designers work with print and digital media, illustration, typography, overall design and layout that you use in ads, brochures, magazines. Now, where do you study design? First college which comes to mind when you hear design is the National Institute of Design, where the first campus that was established is in Ahmedabad. I am a graduate from NID Ahmedabad. And there are other 4 campuses across India which also give you a bachelor in design now. Before, they used to give you only a diploma. Then you have IIT Bombay, where you give your UCED exam, which is the undergraduate common entrance exam for design. And you can get product design, communication design over there. Then there are private colleges, MIT, SD, UID, SWIST, Bangalore, Avantika University, and the fee range, especially for parents who have these doubts, ke paisa katla lagda course la karne. So NID's average fee in the coming years is around 3 lakh a year, and the private institutes range anywhere from 6.5 lakh a year to 7.5 lakhs a year. These numbers could be tentative and they may be subject to change, but this is what, according to me, these numbers are. So after you become a graphic designer, what's the scope? Web design firms, branding, personal branding, marketing, advertising firms. You want to, if you're someone who reads a lot of books, so publishing houses, cover designs. So you have digital media and you have print. Then you can also be a freelance graphic designer. You like comics, you like illustrations. You can work as that. You can work with design agencies. You can also do motion designing, TV and film, you can work. And then there's also, you can go back to academics and you teach other people graphic design, which is something that I am very interested in. And average salary of someone who's done graphic design. Communication design is more broad. I'm specifically speaking for graphic design. It can be anywhere from 4 lakh per annum to 7.5 lakh per annum based on your skills, your portfolio, and where you specialize in, and what is it that you like, and what is it that the company wants. So this is your starting salary. Your 30K to 60K per month will be your starting money. So quickly moving to what do fashion designers do? Researching trends. Trends, we all know a lot of Instagram reel trends. Creating design concepts, sketching designs, sewing, draping, pattern making. Only one aspect of fashion design that is pretty much what everybody talks about is that, but there's even more to it. Overseeing production process and even handling fashion shows. Now, where do you learn fashion from? So there is the National Institute of Fashion Technology, which is a government college, 18 campuses across India. There's one in Kharghar in Mumbai. Then you have private colleges, SDE, Pearl, UID, MIT, and many more who also offer BDES in fashion design, fashion communication, styling, etc. NIFT fees start from 3.5 lakh per year, and private colleges go around to 6.5 lakhs. Now, scope of fashion design in India, you can work for fashion companies, example, Fab India, Ritu Kumar, Arvind Mills, Aditya Birla Fashions, Reliance Retail, Rahul Mishra, and so on and so forth. Have you all heard of these companies? So you can also set up your own label, boutique, your own brand. You can be a creative director. You can again go back to academics and teach. Or you can also be a person who handles the film, television, media industry. Padmavat, if you've seen the movie, there was a lot of research that went behind it. Fashion styling and image consultant. Average salary for a fashion designer will be 3 lakh per annum to 6 lakh per annum starting. Also based on what you are getting into. So that was pretty much it. I hope to see more of y'all in the one-to-one session. Thank you.
Jai Jinendra and good morning to all the students, parents and dignitaries present here. I'll talk about architecture as a career option. If any of you are interested to take up this as a career option, you'll get sufficient information from my presentation here. So whenever you're traveling or just browsing through Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, you come across such wonderful buildings, structures, cities being built, planned all over. And you must be wondering how are they planned, designed, built, who builds them, how are they drawn at the first stage, how are they envisioned. Then this is the right field for you. So what is architecture? What does this career mean? So this field specifically involves a combination of art and technology. So if you are an individual who has an artistic mind, but you are also a strong technically, with a technical bent of mind, then this is a field for you where you can explore both your skill sets. It is directly linked with the construction, real estate and infrastructure industry of the country. There are multiple career options as an architect. It is not just that you have to practice as an architect. After getting a degree as an architect, you can practice in various other fields also. This is one field which gives you an opportunity to leave a mark in the society. So if you build a building which will stay here for 50, 60 years, people will remember you that this building was designed by you. So education is, this is to be opted after 12th. For 12th, you have to opt for science field, or you can also opt for architecture after diploma. Currently, there are 2 entrance exams being considered for admission. That is NATA, NATA and JEE 2. This is a full-time 5-year degree course, a Bachelor of Architecture, which also includes a 6 months internship. Post that, you can take up 1 year or 2 year post-graduation. There is a body of Council of Architecture which regulates the entire practice of architecture in the country. So this is a general, if you're looking to appear for entrance exam, so you can see the timelines here, and you can note down the 2 websites which I have mentioned, which will give you the detailed information. One specific thing about entrance exam here is, this is slightly different entrance exam, where you get multiple chances to appear for the exam. So for this specific NATA exams, you can give 3 attempts. And the best score out of 3 attempts is considered for your admission. So you get to appear for 3 exams, and whichever is your best score, you can submit that score for your admission process. So specifically exams, like for this year, this is the first Saturday they have started conducting the exams. So for next 3 months, they'll be conducting exams on every Saturdays and Sundays. So, talking about the scope of this field, if we look at the country, India at large, it is a developing economy with growing market. Lot of foreign investment is getting attracted into the real estate sector. So, construction and real estate will remain one of the biggest industry in coming years. There is a tremendous requirement for fast-paced development, which will ultimately create requirement for planners, thinkers, and designers. There will be very high demand for housing, commercial, transportation infrastructure, recreation with the growing population, which will create a healthy competition in this field. Talking about the specialization, so once you complete the 5-year degree course, then you have an option to do a specialization, which will be 1 year or 2 year post graduation. You can choose your specialization from town planning, urban design, specific housing, project management, heritage conservation, green building. There are new emerging fields like architectural journalism, architectural photography, which are also a full-time career now, which you may select based on your interest. There are a lot of colleges in India and also overseas which provide you this specialization. Now, talking about the career prospects, so if you are inclined to work for government or get employed in a government sector, then this field gives you an opportunity to work with the government. You can work as a consultant, contract, or as a full-time employee of the government bodies. You can also get work with the municipal corporations or in PSU sectors as an architect. Additionally, you get to work in private sector as well, as an architect's office or as a real estate developer or as a property development consultant. And eventually, you can also set up your own practice with dealing with clients, taking multiple projects at a time, and working individually on each of these projects. And as I mentioned beginning, just not as an architect, you can also work in allied fields. Like you can also take up a profession as an art director. As a set designer, you will be designing sets and art setups for various movies or various web series. You can take up course as an architectural journalism, where you will be writing about the architectural developments taking place across the globe. You can work as a historian, specifically talking about the history of architecture. You can also take up architectural photography, which you will be mainly focusing on photography of architectural structures. You can always have a scope in the field of academics and a research field. Thank you very much.
I just had a nice walkthrough behind, and I would just like to request all the students to put all your mobiles inside. As we have already mentioned, Jay has already spoken to you that we will be mailing you the PPTs, and the video links also will be shared with you. So you can again revisit the entire presentation. Right now, why are we all sitting here? So that when we are listening, if we have questions, we can ask the questions. Will that be good? Yeah? Is that okay with you? What if you had to speak and somebody was distracted in front of you? Is it okay for you? No. So please put all your mobiles inside. This is the second and the last warning. All right?
Hi everybody, this is Prachi here. So today I will be talking about the animation and VFX and gaming and comic industry. How many of you all find interesting animation, cartoon? You like to watch movies? Yes, okay. And have you all anything observed about animation? You all play games? Which games? PUBG? Free Fire? Yes, Call of Duty? Yes. So you all like to play games, but if you have to design that games, is it a good opportunity you will be getting? Yes, so let's hear more about this industry. I would like to tell parents and students over here that this industry initially was not as recognized, but now it's been 3 years. Government also has in the education sector recognized this called as AVGC sector. There are a lot of employment come up in this industry. They are now also recognizing this industry as how we heard about engineering, medical, commerce field. So along with that, this one field is also there where you all can explore further. So coming to what is animation. So animation is more about sequence images where you are, so it's about rapidly display of sequentials to create an illusion, a movement. Okay, so just, this is more technical I would say, but you all would be initially, having flip books, or you all must be, anyone has heard about flip books before? Yes, yes. So we used to just flip and we can understand the whole storyline. So that was the old days. Now what we are seeing, it's into 2D and 3D. Now it is also called as paper animation, but now a lot of detail it's come up into. So I'll just, I can play from here only? No, one sec. You'll have to play this. So what we are seeing over here, okay, I'll just tell you all later. Can you pause over here? Thank you. So over here on the above top, what we are seeing, it's called where we are designing. It comes under 2D animation where we are designing the concept, how the storyline has to be. It's about, so it's there a confusion over here that what is 2D animation? So 2D is animation where it's about flat screen. We are not having a realistic look and feel over here, okay? But in 2D there are departments. One department where we talk about concept art, storyboarding, and then we talk about 2D animation. So these two categories, those who, when Jay sir told that, do you like drawing or sketching? You all had raised hand, right? You all right? So those who are very much keen into drawing, sketching can come in this industry. You all have concept art, storyboarding, where you all can look your career further. So for parents also, I would like to say, please encourage them. You all keep on saying कि drawing sketching कयो था तो हनमें industry नाय पोठिया ऐं की नता करे सको तो हेडो नाय हनमें बी आंजा जे किड्स ऐं करियर करे सके था अने कोई भी एनिमेशन मूवी हुंदी या कार्टून्स हुंदा उनते आंजो छोकरे जो नालो अचींदो you will be very proud of that. So please encourage that even this industry will give them a career further, okay? And then what we are seeing down over here is about 3D animation. 3D where we are giving a realistic look and feel, looking like a character. If you want to make your own clone, it is possible. Whatever you are imagining today, you can design in 3D, okay? So when we are talking about 3D. So 3D production pipeline and into VFX, the production pipeline will be same. I'll just go through to you pre-production, production and post-production. This will be shared to you, but to give it to you in a very simple gist, you all plan yourself. Pre-production is planning. Today you all came over here, you all had planned, you all had got an information before that how you want to, why are you all coming over here, right? So we have planned everything. You all have come over here in the production stage, where in this industry it would be that I am planning about a movie. I will write the script, ideas will be developed from script. You are going to go to storyboard, to animatics, and then design. And then when you go to production stage, it's more about your 3D designing those story, giving them characters, designing background. And then in post-production, it's more related to VFX post-production, where you are talking about editing, giving them effects, okay? Same coming to what VFX, as sir introduced, that live and CGI actions you all can combine together. So today, if you all want to think that I want to travel abroad, I want to show my friends I am at Dubai, that is possible. Right? If I am at particular location, it is possible. At this premises, you all can shoot, edit and show. So before it was that you all used to go to that location and we used to shoot and we used to come back, edit. But now in this industry also we need to look about budgets and everything. So you can, whole movie can be shot in one studio itself. Again, the same pipeline is there, which I have showed for VFX. VFX more, we are talking about post-production, chroma keying part, more into editing. Over here, lighting, how it is set up. So if you are shooting in daylight, can be converted into night also. And night lights can be converted into daylight. Can you just play this? I would like to, please you all listen this properly, and even for the parents.
Of the sets that were built on our floors in Film City in Mumbai, which were drawn from the architectural scans that we did of the real forts, and also visual effects layering around it to create the world that we have created.
I'm at home around, I think, almost 5 years back. So we had a very clear idea of, graphic novel kind of look for the whole film. His vision was quite clear to me, this is what you want. We almost spent 3 years in pre-production of this film. So VFX plays a big part when it comes to telling this kind of stories. So almost a year of planning of, concepts, character sketches. I think this is the only film where first time I have made concept for every scene. My sets were planned based on my concepts what we had done earlier. And now here you see your master frame looking exactly like what we had thought years back. That's the kind of dream we had carried on for last 3-4 years. We have managed to pull off the scale which was required for the subject. 2,500 shots coming out of VFX, which is almost the same number of shots in the film.
So if you see, it takes 5 years or 6 years just to make one movie. But now, if you see the whole movie, the concept, the pre-production part was taken 3 years. So it's not where drawing and sketching doesn't come into the picture for VFX. It is important for VFX and 3D both. So you need to, plan everything beforehand so that your on-field shots becomes more easy. So these are some of the examples of the movies which I have showed. Chennai Express, Avengers, Game of Thrones. And coming to gaming, so game designing is more related to, designing your material, more of the environment designing, character designing. Then you talk about the weapons, what you all design in your games which have come up. So I would just play this and show it to you. So there is a software which helps you to design games, Unreal Engine software. So you just see the realistic look and feel which is there, you can design yourself. The lighting effects over here, the whole background, the smog effect which is there, everything is designed over here by an individual. Even you can see the shadows and the reflections over here which you all are seeing. The sculpture which is over here, the whole sculpting part, everything is designed by an individual over here. So there are various softwares which you all will be using while designing this further. and we're talking about what is comic designing. So comic strips, everyone must be comic books or comic strips which we have in the newspapers coming up. So how to design that? It's more in a fun part. You are trying to describe a story in just 2-3 images. How you can go further, it's all about that. So these are the careers, how you can go ahead further as a VFX artist. If you are going further, so you can work as a layout artist, compositing artist, roto artist. So these are various departments. So for us, we know VFX means only, shifting the chroma and just giving the fire effect or explosion. But along with that, there are various departments where you can pursue further. And when we are talking about the role of a 3D artist, so in 3D, you can work as a 3D modeler, rigger, animator, which is a separate department, look development, 3D layout artist. So these are various departments. I cannot cover in detail, obviously, because there are very deep modules in this. We can discuss this further when we are talking of, when we are going further in the professional meet. And same for 2D. As I said, that 2D animation, we know only as it is called as 2D animation, but in that there are various departments you can work. And there is also a specific qualification if you want to go for, concept art, or you are going further for storyboard. If you are from the fine arts background, you can take up storyboard. If you are only having good knowledge of, drawing and sketching, we suggest you should take up concept art over there. And if you all don't have, very good knowledge into concept, into drawing, sketching, but basic everyone do, then you can go ahead as a 2D animator, because there are ways where you can go ahead further. So these are the softwares of Nuke. So Nuke and After Effects and Premiere, Smoke for VFX. For 3D, we have Maya. Then for FX, we have Houdini. Then we have Blender, as Jay sir said that yes, it's a free software available. You can, a lot of presets are available. You all can try, explore yourself, understand that is this field right for me, and then go ahead and pursue further. So this is the list of the colleges. So we have Mumbai University, Sandeep University, MET, Pearl, Lovely Professional University, Whistling Woods, who is also offering these courses. Along with that, we have Cosmos Creative Academy, Toons Animation, we have Shemaru Entertainment, Reliance Education, Maya Academy of Advanced Cinematics, and Zika. So you all can take a career further right now. After 12th, degree is also available in this industry. We have, one is a BWalk degree available, and BSc in animation and graphics is available. So that you all can do after 12th. And currently after 10th, if you all are looking, you all can start with the foundation courses going further. So thank you, and we can just connect afterwards. And if you all have any questions, we'll meet there.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Just a small note. You can make note. Please note my number down. I'm Dr. Pratik Sangoi. The number is 9022. I would request everyone to note it down right now. 9022 739 9022 739 859. Now, parents, if you have any questions right now regards to any of the lectures which will be conducted today, you can WhatsApp your questions to me right now. So the question answer sessions will be going on there. We'll be selecting top good questions, and if any of your questions are left, you can speak professionals down there. I repeat my number, it's 9022 739 859.
Students, this is
Dr.
only for
Pratik
the
Sangoi.
parents. This is only for the parents, not for y'all.
Yeah, it's only for the parents. So if any questions, please WhatsApp me right now. We'll take your questions down there.
So for those of you who are here with us right now, If you all have any questions, please raise your hand and we'll be happy to answer them. We have a few minutes that we can do this with, and then any other questions, any other things we want to resolve, we'll do it during the Meet the Professionals section. But right now, immediately, if anyone has any immediate concerns or questions, I'm more than happy to answer those questions right now with the team. Anyone? Yes.
Before question and answer session, there is one announcement. We are houseful crowd today, and we have a lucky draw at the end of all the sessions. That is when we complete all the seminars. There is a lucky draw for 10 students, and those lucky students will get a gift. So I request all of you sit till the end. Now question and answer can start.
Yes. Yeah, you had a question. What's a roto artist?
As a roto artist, just for example, so the question was, what is a roto artist? So the roto artist is basically, just from the example point of view, if I'll give. So if you want me to see that I'm in space, okay? So, that will be difficult. But have you seen MS Dhoni movie? Yeah? Okay, so over there, his matches which were there, okay, those were old matches which were shown. But Sushant Singh was enacting that. But if you see, his face was changed completely. So over there, you can have track points, change the whole face with the old footages. Add a new character over there. Okay?
Hello. You have the next question. Is intermediate elementary necessary for interior and architecture?
No, it's not a compulsion, but you will have a good foundation if you do intermediate and elementary exams. It's not a compulsion.
Okay. You have one question
Just one
stating
second.
from one of the... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I would like to add on to that question. So, as she said, intermediate and elementary exams are not compulsory for the entrance exam. But if you see the entrance exam pattern, they are in two parts. One part is regarding the drawing part, which you can do well if you have covered intermediate and elementary examination. And second part is the mathematics and general aptitude.
Okay. Thank you. For architecture, is science compulsory? Is mentioned, we need science faculty or diploma, or if any kind of diploma courses, which are they?
First of all, if you are applying for 10 plus 2, that is after 12th, then science is compulsory. If you are opting for diploma, then you need to have science and mathematics as the subjects in diploma.
Okay. We'll take 3 questions, and then if any questions, we can go for one-to-one professionals meet. The next question is that the course is product design, but for product design, what is the current scope in India? And if there is any scope, then what are the further breakups we have?
So product design is a very, very large field. You have you've got a consideration of industrial design and product design right now. Industrial meaning I'm going to be doing everything on a mass scale. I have to understand how to upscale everything to be produced on a large volume. But when we're talking pure product design, it's about the research, it's about materials, it's about functionality, ergonomics. The scope is massive because as India is a growing economy, we have a lot more problems that are also coming out that need solving. But at the same time, there's a lot of old things that need to be changed in this country. And so people need to be there to design those new versions of it and to innovate different things to replace it. So when you think about something as simple as a toothbrush, right? Right now, if you go and look at a market, you have 27 different types of toothbrushes that all do the same thing, which is clean your teeth. But each one of them apparently cleans it in a different way. But all of them have the same recommendation from 9 out of 10 dentists will agree on something. But that one functionality is there specifically because it solves a particular problem. So if you have braces and you need to clean your teeth in a particular manner, you need a new toothbrush for that, a different bristle head. So there is a purpose for it, there is a role for it. The scope is absolutely massive. And you're not limited to the most basic FMCG things also of your day-to-day life. You are also considering things like, water bottles, mobile phones, all the way up to satellite things and even things in the armed services. So scope बहुत बड़ा है, जिसको जो करना है कर सकते हैं उसमें.
Okay, thank you. And now we'll take last two questions. Can you elaborate about the fashion design degree, and if we are in the field of commerce, 12th commerce, and currently we are doing BCom, how to route it through arts and go for fashion designing?
So for any design or fashion degree, you can be from any field, and the eligibility is just a 50% 10 plus 2 pass. So if you're doing commerce, you can still sit for your NIFT all over India entrance exam. If you qualify that, you can get admission in a fashion college, or you have your private design colleges which have their own entrance exams.
Okay, okay. Just to add on to that, since we're talking about entrances and things like that, like he said, every private college has its own entrance exam, its own way of doing admissions. The one thing you need, regardless of whether you're going to a government college or a private college or anything, is a portfolio. So as you're creating your artworks, as you're creating your projects, start documenting them properly. Good photographs, good slides, put it together. 8 to 10 of your best pieces comprise a basic portfolio for you to apply to any school. It does not have to be the most amazingly organized thing with like the perfect fonts and font sizes and all, but if it's cleanly put together, a good title, good image, good information about the piece, you need 8 to 10 of those, and that creates a portfolio. So even if your academic scores are not the greatest, because your creative skills are better than your academic skills, you will need that portfolio to show your creative skills. So keep your drawing going, keep your paintings going, keep your sculptures, your clay models, your photography, films, anything you're doing, document all of it and keep it. Because if you want to root yourself through the arts and through other avenues into fashion design or any other type of design, you will need this.
Thank you. Now we take the last question. With respect to career in designing, product management or animation role of AI seems to change of paradigm. Now, which institutes or courses can we enroll our kids so that they get acquainted with the required skills and can get early exposure to generate AI abilities? Yeah.
Like I said during my presentation, AI is a tool. There are a lot of them online. The first and foremost thing you should do is play with them. Don't worry about which institution to go to first. Get accustomed to it. Go online, experiment with it, play with it, produce things. Work with ChatGPT and understand how to write a good prompt. That's the first and foremost things. There are lots of different online courses, certificate courses from things like Coursera, where you can actually be certified in these things, even if you're in 10th standard or 12th standard or anywhere in between. So you don't necessarily have to even go to an institution per se and do like a whole course that takes up your entire week. You can actually do this at your own pace, in your own time, online. Yeah, absolutely. So the Coursera courses come from reputed universities and colleges around the world, like Harvard, Stanford, you have UCLA, you've got MIT, you've got places from Europe, places from Japan, places from Australia. They're all very, very highly decorated universities, and the courses are very, very specifically created by working professional and professor teams. So it's not just one person saying, I can do this, so I'll write it. They actually vet all the information, they plan everything out, exercises are there, assignments are there, and you get a certification at the end of it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause for this eminent jury. Thank you so much. Over to you, Nisha ma'am.
So, students
11.
have any questions to ask?
So thank you very much. Your support are invaluable and shaping the futures of the young minds. Please, Dr. Ilaben.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions, especially the parents, and that's why we have Meet the Professionals in the afternoon. You can wait for that, and you can one-to-one interact with the faculty that you see here. Thank you.
Welcome, KVOSM Secretary Ketan Bhai Sanghvi, very enthused and active member of a KVOSM. केतन भाई अचो मत प्रवीण भाई अचो प्लीज प्लीज